Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Aditi Ghosh once again on Inner World Revealed, and in this log I'm back with the monthly numerology forecast for February 2022. As I always say that the best remedy in numerology is time correction, and so I provide the same to you through these monthly forecasts so that you can correct your timing and take the steering wheel of your life in your hands, and you can maneuver around all the difficulties. So don't forget to support me back, support my effort by liking my logs, sharing them, subscribing to my channel and posting your feedback in the comments section. Let me know what you feel about my logs and how I can do better. Now, without wasting any more time, let us quickly see what the month of February 2022 has in store for all of you. And February 2022 is the second month of the universal year 6. The universal month number for February 2022 is 8. And what I can immediately say from this combination is it is going to be a splendid vibration financially. We're going to see a lot of growth in most of the economies of the world, and quite a bit of business advancement is much likely to happen. People are going to be busy working towards a goal with a foresight and are going to feel much more empowered than before. They're going to feel more drive and more ambition and are going to say more readiness to work a bit harder to achieve their targets. And when people of the world as a whole are going to show such kind of an approach, a lot can be achieved in terms of research, developments, and surely also monetary gains. So this is a time when the world as a whole is going to show a more of a business-minded and hard-working and also a more of a strategic approach. Now, all said and done, we must also not forget that 8 is also a very, very dual number, and it signifies the principle of karma. And the principle of karma says, as you sow shall you reap. So, as I always say, during the 8 time, it should be considered that it is the time of fruition or culmination of efforts which were already made in the past. So, this is the time when the result of the past efforts are going to be out, and we are going to finally find out which decisions made in the past worked in our favor and brought positive results, and which decisions actually didn't work. So this time is going to be like a report card. The report card is going to be out, and we're going to know for sure which direction we all must take next. Now, that was a quick look into the trend that's going to be activated for the world as a whole. To find out what it is actually going to mean for you specifically, and to find out how you should be acting, you need to first know your activated personal year or personal years. And if you don't have any idea about what your personal year or years could be, please click on the I button and view the 2022 annual forecast vlog, where I have covered the derivation and description of all the personal years, and then click on the activated personal year timestamp provided in the description box below and find your February 2022 personalized monthly forecast. So now I'm going to cover how the month of February 2022 is going to turn up for each of the activated personal years, and being in that specific year, what it is going to be your role during this month of February 2022. You have to know that the specific day in which you were born is going to play a vital role in defining the flow of events during your personal month. The first half of the month, that is from the 1st till the specific day on which you were born is going to have a trend, and the rest half, the second half of the month, is going to have a different trend. So what you're going to do is you're going to mark the specific day on which you were born. Say if you were born on the 7th of any month, then mark 7. If you were born on the 20th of any month, then mark 20th as the important transition point from the first half of the month to the second half of the month in your calendar. So if you were born on the first of any month, what happens is, obviously the first half is not going to be there because the transition point is 1 and only the second half is going to play for you. Similarly, if you were born on the 28th or 29th, 29 is not even there in the February 2022 calendar. So if you were born on these dates, obviously the second half is not going to be there for you. You only have to check the first half. You only have to see what the first half stands for. So do just this much in your calendar. Mark the day on which you were born as the transition point, which would divide the month into 2 halves, and then go to the description box, find the activated personal year and click on it for your personalized monthly forecast for February 2022. So let me now begin with all of you who have the personal year 1 activated, and I hope you've marked the transition point correct. So the first half of the month for you is going to be a time when you should lay a bit low. Although the personal year 1 is about taking some initiatives, but during this time you should try to lay a bit low. You should postpone important decision making for a while and take your time to review all the nitty-gritty details. Try not to contradict people or create confrontational situations. Agree more and cooperate more with people, and think twice before you decide upon reacting strongly. Be calm and be patient. Some sudden opportunity may come, some sudden events may occur, or some sudden situation may arise which may excite you a bit, but you have to make sure that you're going to deal with it very calmly. The second half of the month is going to be much less serious as compared to that, so you can definitely be a bit hopeful. Don't get worried, don't get worked out. So the second half of the month is going to be quite a carefree and less serious time when you will feel much lighter. Social support will also grow towards you, and so you may share your creative ideas freely with people. As a matter of fact, I'd say try your best to be creative and try to be out of the box. Socialize and express yourself freely during that time. That brings me to all of you who are in the personal year 2. And I hope you've marked the transition point in your calendar. Now the first half of the month for you is going to be a carefree and a very social kind of a time. During this time, you should express your creative ideas freely and be a bit social, but also remember that you're under the radar also because it's the personal year 2, and we cannot forget the basic theme of the personal year 2, and so how you would act or react to people will all be under observation. You cannot lose your calm or say or do something controversial out of excitement. Be patient, be accommodating, and be poised, and also be creative and social during the first half of the month. When you would transition into the second half of the month, you would then have to become very serious about your work and all your resources. You would have to manage your resources and your finances well and show the readiness to work a bit harder and in a more disciplined manner, because the result that you would get would be directly proportional to all the effort that you're going to put. So you have to show the readiness to put effort and get tangible results. Let me now come to all of you who are in your personal year 3, and I guess you've marked the transition point of the month in the calendar. Now, the first half of the month in this very carefree and high-spirited personal year 3 will have a bit of a serious and monotonous note. However, it's not going to be very monotonous because the personal year which is running is 3, which is all about a very cheerful and social and carefree time. However, even then, the personal month 4 will bring some flavor of this number 4. So during this first half, you're supposed to show discipline. Do you think discipline is boring? Anyways, but you have to show discipline, you have to show more dedication towards your work, you have to work, you also have to show readiness to work a bit harder as compared to the rest of the months of the year. You would have to organize your space, try to manage your resources more efficiently, try to arrange or rearrange the things so that the flow of work is more systematic and bring more order and more method and system into your life. And after having done this basic groundwork that you're going to do during the first half of the month, you're going to feel more relaxed and more charged up in the second half of the month. And as a matter of fact, it would be more appropriate to say that the second half of the month is going to bring you some exciting surprises which would be based on these changes that you're going to make during the first half of the month. Or you may also receive some kind of positive feedback for your efforts from people. You may also find some opportunities to advance your position or grow in a certain direction or better your situation. To make full use of it, you have to show flexibility during the second half of the month. You have to be very flexible. You have to use your intelligence, your quick wit, and your adaptability towards accepting different kinds of situations. Okay, so that brings me to all of you who are in your personal year 4s, and I hope you've marked the transition point of the month for yourself in your calendar. Now, the first half of the month for you is going to be a fast-paced one, and it's going to bring you some surprises. It's going to open up some opportunities for you, and you're going to see some movement and growth. It won't be entirely a bad idea to take some chances or to communicate what's playing in your head, but don't go too overboard and stick to logic, system, and use your common sense and also your quick wit. The second half of the month will be a time when you would need to pay attention to your home front. Some little changes, some little accommodations, or some organizing and reorganizing may take place in that area, in your home front area or whatever you consider to be your home. And along with that, there's also going to be some fair progress in the business or career front, and you will have to manage both basically. You will have to manage home and work and bring about a balance in both. Let me now come to all of you who are in your personal year 5s, and I hope you have marked the transition point of the month in your calendar. Now, the first half of the month for you will be a time to pay attention to your relationships, that is your family, friends, and your associates. It is much likely that you have felt the social support growing towards yourself, and many people might have already or would gradually be entering your life, but always remind yourself that all would not stand the test of time. Some are going to be eliminated with time. So during the first half of the month, you will also need to pay attention to your domestic responsibilities along with your growing social circle. So you also have to now pay attention towards the needs of your children. You have to try and balance all sides and bring about a harmony in your home front and in your social front and the work front. All the sides have to be balanced. As the second half of the month sets in, you may find a little dip in your energy level as the pace of growth or progress for you slows down for a while. But that is just some silence before the storm. The storm is going to arrive. Some important opportunity is soon going to open up, and so you can use this silent time to improvise upon yourself and to better your plans and to better your skills. Also, remember to relax and rejuvenate a bit, better your mind, restore your energies by taking the time off. This brings me to all of you who are in your personal year 6, and I'm sure that you've noted the transition point of the month already. For you, the first half of the month may appear to be a bit slow in terms of growth and in terms of energy. You may feel a bit low on energy. You may actually feel a bit tired physically and may think of this time to be a stagnant one. But I'd say you should use this opportunity to relax yourself, to relax your mind and to rejuvenate your mind, because just as the month would transition into its second half, some action is waiting for you. You would then need to completely invest yourself into your work and into achieving your long-term goals. You would also need to discipline yourself more and do the much needed work, because anything that you would invest your energy on during this time would bring you great rewards. So be very wise in making your decisions during this time. Don't make foolish decisions during an 8 activated time. Use this time to show the world what you're made of. Be focused, be determined, and be very goal driven during the 8 time, and invest all your energy towards achieving your goals, towards achieving your targets. Let me now come to all of you who are in your personal year 7, and I'm sure you've marked the transition point of the month in your calendar already. So for you, the first half of the month is going to be high on energy, even though it's an overall low energy personal year for you, but you're going to feel quite motivated during the first half of the month, and you're going to be concerned basically about your business, about your work front or career or progress in some area, and you could be thinking about the overall direction of things and may try to improvise upon things as well. The second half of the month may see an overall dip in your energy level, but I'd say it won't be a bad time for public speaking or sharing your opinions, sharing your idea with a large audience, or for making an appearance in front of the public. Although you may feel that the reward for your effort is kind of, slipping away from your hands, but for a while I'd say that you must do things during this time without expecting much rewards actually, and just enjoy the process of doing it. Just enjoy the process of presenting it to the public. Be calm, be composed, be very compassionate towards whosoever you encounter during this time. This brings me to all of you who are in your personal year 8, and as I always say that 8 is a power year, and everything that you do during the personal year 8 is extremely important. And so watch your actions, watch your intentions. Watch your intentions specifically during the first half of the month. During that time, avoid acting on selfish motives. Be very generous and be very helpful towards whosoever you have an encounter with. Do not hold grudges. Share what's bothering you. Do not act against anyone, and try to have good intentions. Listen to people and don't be harsh on anyone. As the month then transitions into the second half, you can become a bit more focused on your personal goals. You should be more disciplined, more determined, and more enthusiastic about taking initiatives or taking responsibilities. You should try to come up with very original ideas and express them. This is also a very good time to begin something new. The second half is going to be a very potent time for it actually, so don't lose it. Use this time to take initiatives. This brings me to all of you who are in your personal year 9, and I hope you've marked the transition point in your calendar. The first half of the month for you is going to be a time to be decisive. You will be dealing with a situation where you may make choices, and you should have in mind a larger cause for the improvement of the world or for the improvement of the community around you. If you believe in an idea, stand by it. However, do not become very self-centered during this time. Do not become very arrogant. Be humble, be selfless, and be broad-minded. Always target a larger cause, something larger than yourself. Share your ideas, share your research, share your opinions, but do not be very forceful with your ways. Accept people as they are. As the month transitions into the second half, you will have to become very tactful, diplomatic, and careful. You will have to watch your reactions as you're going to be under the radar. Remember that. You may not know it, but people are going to notice you, and also some are going to act behind you. So avoid saying controversial things or getting into disagreements with people. Avoid that at all costs. Lay a bit low, maybe allows others to take the lead for a while. Don't be too competitive and cooperate with others. Keep their interests before yours. So that was all about the month of February 2022 as a whole for all of you. Hope you would listen to all these suggestions and try to implement these ideas in your lives. Trust me, once you would begin acting on being in sync with the flow of the cosmos, you will naturally get placed in the right place at the right time. And there is no better numerology remedy than time correction, which I'm offering to all of you completely for free. So once again, don't forget to support me back too by liking my videos, sharing and subscribing to my channel. If you want to learn more about Pythagorean numerology, you can check out my books All is One and Cycle of 9, both available for free on Kindle Unlimited. That'll be all for today. Know your numbers, be your numbers, and make the most out of your numbers. Have a very good time. Bye bye.